Welcome back to Debatable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Johnny Ace, and yeah, that's right, this is the show where we make the definitive top 10 list, anything from WWE to pop stars, and today, I am delighted that we're doing this topic. The top 10 fast food restaurants, of course, as John L. Ace man, tennis player extraordinaire, won Wimbledon not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. I don't eat fast food. But my friend Nick Scarpino loves a couple choice restaurants. First person to get to one of those, ooh, that's going to number 1. I think we know what it is. I'm joined by 2 fierce competitors today. Please, sir, introduce yourself. Tell the audience who you are.
I'm Gary Whitta. I'm co-host of Kind of Funny Games Daily on Wednesdays, and I guess now I'm here also.
You have a lovely tan. You, sir, this young buck over here.
I'm Greg Miller, and I keep getting fucked over on Debatable, and it's not going to happen today. I appreciate you're wearing a Games Daily shirt. I like the support. Games Daily for Streamies.
I got a rep. Games Daily for Streamies?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting, because I thought that it was KFAF for Streamies. I thought we were going to do a concerted push toward that, get the comedy show.
Well, I was on kindoffunny.com/store today, and there's no AF shirt, so I was like,
it's because it's so cool that they don't need a shirt.
Oh, or is it just that we don't believe in the show and it might not be around much longer?
No, it's just that we don't understand how the store works or how to get stuff on the store.
Okay.
And when stuff drops on the store. Do we have pint glasses still? Who knows? Of course, the rules are simple of the show. Round 1, we're going to rank. Each contestant has 5 picks. Whoever gets in the top 5 gets a point. So if Greg gets 3 and Gary gets 2, it's 3-2, top 5. We'll make the whole list and then we'll go into round 2. Of course, today's episode is brought to you by Quip and Audible. We'll get to that later. And also brought to you by our wonderful patrons over on patreon.com/kindoffunny. If you backed us to the bronze tier, you can get a part. Ugh, I just swallowed my tongue.
John, slow down.
Am I having a stroke right now?
No, I think you're just talking too quick. You need a beverage.
Okay, doggy.
You need to party, doggy dog. You know what I mean? Like, why aren't you partying right now? Too much in your head.
How did I get talked into this?
You just say yes to stuff, Gary.
You know you got nothing to do. You got nothing to do.
I made a conscious decision recently to say yes to more things, to get out more, to socialize more, to say yes to life.
Which is why.
But I couldn't have picked a worse time because it happened right before you asked me to do this.
Hey, do you want to play Division 2 on PlayStation 4 with me?
Oh, I do. But I also want to play on Xbox.
Give up. The Penny Arcade guys are not. Anyways, I digress.
Anyway, thank you
to
our Patreons. Of course, the show is brought to you also by our Patreon supporters. Patreon.com/kindoffunny. If you back this at the bronze tier above, you get to be a part of this show. Later on, we'll get to that. Before that happens, though, let's get into it. Round 1. Here's how it's going to go. Back and forth. We're going to start with Gary because he's a newcomer.
Okay.
Both new to the country and new to the show.
Welcome.
So Gary's going to start, and then it's going to go to Greg. Gary, what is your first pick? Fast food restaurants, go.
Well, I made a list, and I gave it to Kevin, but now I don't have it. I don't remember what to put on the list. So.
Well, you just shout them out. Don't worry. They're going to move around.
Just in any order?
The order actually really matters, but just do whatever you want.
There's a strategy here because if you want to make the top 5, that's where you get points.
All right.
So you don't want to go out willy-nilly. You want your first few picks to be real strong. I would keep a zinger in there, but remember, these are fast food restaurants. There's not that many of them. Greg's list and your list probably look a lot alike.
You think there's some overlap?
I think there's going to be a lot of overlap. Based on the trivia questions that I went through and all the top 10 picks from all the Patreon support, patreon.com/kindoffunny. Thanks, guys. A lot of overlap on these.
There is not that much overlap in these 2 lists.
Really? Oh, there isn't? Okay.
No,
bring out your dead, Whitta! It's over!
Interesting. Not a lot of overlap.
All right. Let's hear your first one.
I'm going to start with the what I view as the king of all chicken joints.
Okay.
It's a classic. I'm going with KFC.
Okay, KFC. Why you have to present an argument as well for these. Why KFC? Why is KFC?
You know what? I've eaten a lot of fried
list?
chicken in my life, as you can probably tell. I love fried chicken. I personally think that KFC has the best fried chicken. The best skin, those 11 herbs and spices. It's a perfect flavor combination. I love their sides, but more than that, I love the chicken. Remember Joey on Friends?
Yeah.
Had that whole scheme. He wanted just a bucket of the skin.
Yeah.
He didn't even want the chicken. He just wanted the skin. I remember thinking at the time, that's genius. I want that. That's the only way KFC could take it to the next level. If they offered a skin-only option, I would get that bucket o' skin. But as it is right now, KFC original recipe chicken. For me, it's the best tasting fried chicken.
My dear friend Nick Scarpino, the current champion of Kind of Funny, was shooting a show yesterday that we've never done before called Oreo Oration. And in that, the host, name escapes me, can't remember his name, was talking about how one day Oreo just needs to give up and do a cream-filled center, just in the center rung.
Right.
With just the cookies and that, so you can dip them in the end. That's what that reminds me of.
Oh, yeah.
Just the skins.
That's a
great
good idea.
KFC going in at number 1. Let's put it at number 1.
I'm already at number 1. I'm already winning.
Well, it might get bumped down. Greg Miller. What's your next pick?
This is an embarrassment. You have embarrassed me.
I've embarrassed you already?
Debatable America by not coming out with McDonald's. McDonald's is the king of fast food restaurants. The fact that it wasn't the first words out of your mouth, you insulted this country, and I will be talking to someone about your citizenship.
Let me tell you something. It's also on my list. As Kevin will testify, it's also on my list.
Yeah.
I had it on my list.
But not at number one.
I just felt that it was very unimaginative to come out of the gate with that.
Let me tell you, as somebody who's done a lot of debatables,
if anything,
don't imagine. You come in with great picks and arguments, nobody cares.
You should be embarrassed for coming up with such an obvious choice.
Well, I understand who started fast food, who changed the game, and it was McDonald's. You're going to talk about those French fries, those burgers. The thing we talk about with McDonald's all the time, Johnny. Me and Nick travel, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what we love about McDonald's, McDonald's, right, is the fact that it's home. You know what you're getting every time. You go in there, guess what? You know what the burger looks like. You know what the fries taste like. You crave it. How much? Yeah, and John, I know you're not here that often. You probably don't know this. We have a standing nugs policy.
We do.
At Kind of Funny, that if anybody goes to McDonald's, they need to bring back chicken nuggets for everybody else.
Okay.
Because of course, chicken nuggets, they're like 2 cents. You get a million of them.
You can get like 20 for $5.
Exactly. It's affordable. If you eat it and you work out, it's healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just keep it. They added healthy options now. They got apple slices. Who doesn't have a great memory about Happy Meals? They got the toys in there. You got Ronald McDonald. McDonald's is America. McDonald's is fast food. McDonald's is the number one.
Listen, I hear what you're saying. What I like about McDonald's is it's everywhere, and it's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no surprises. It's comfort food. You know what you're getting. What's your go-to at McDonald's?
For me? 2 cheeseburgers, large fry.
Oh, yeah?
Side of nugs for everybody
The number
else.
11, I believe it is?
No, it's number 2.
Is it number 2, the cheeseburgers?
He was quizzing you.
I think they changed.
He was quizzing you. He was just seeing if
Bring
you
it
knew.
up, Kev.
He was
Bring it
just
up.
seeing if you knew. Fine, let's take a second. The first ever time. Fact check. Fact check here.
We're checking the McDonald's.
Oh, we're pulling up. Well,
I'm going to tell you this right now. Whoever gets this right, you are. I don't know if it's a
I don't
good.
think that's going to give you the numbers.
What
go to our
the
menu.
combos are?
Yeah, it's
What
not
are
going
the
to show you
combos?
what
Like
the
what a
actual
number one,
combos
number
are.
two.
We need Cool Greg to run to McDonald's and live
Yeah, or
stream
we need
the
a
menu.
picture of an actual McDonald's like in-store menu because this is not going to give it to you.
I mean, a number 2 has always been 2 cheeseburgers and a large fry.
I don't know if being right is a point of pride on this one, so let's just move right on. McDonald's.
Don't be crazy, Johnny.
I gotta put McDonald's number 1. We're gonna put McDonald's number 1.
I think
respect it.
Look,
I respect it.
again, I'm here for riveting conversation. This is not a zero-sum game for me. I know that you like.
I'm here to finally
that
win
you
one,
like
Gary.
to win.
I want to fuck. I don't know. I've never do it.
And you see me as the opportunity to finally
No,
win one?
I always think I have a shot, so Johnny screws me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am fair and balanced as a host and mediator of this show. Greg, you just went, but Gary went first, so Greg, you get to go again. Go for it. What's your next pick?
Oh, is it like golf where if you're the closest to the...
No, we just alternate.
No, we just alternate.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day we should explain the show to people.
I'm learning the rules.
I don't
as
even know the
go.
show myself, and to be honest, I just like a stool at this point.
Yeah.
I just don't want to stand anymore.
It's okay.
fine.
One day, Johnny. Don't
All
worry.
right.
Your watch will end one day.
so tired.
The next one we have to put on there, and have to put on at number 2, everybody. Starbucks. And I know what you're going to say. Starbucks isn't fast food. Starbucks is a coffee shop. Starbucks has evolved into the number 2 fast food restaurant in the world. I'll ask you this. Do they have a drive-thru? Most of the time. Yes, they are, in fact, fast food. Is the food done quickly when you go there? Yes, it is. You point at the glass case. You want that bacon cheddar Gouda sandwich. You get it, you get your coffee, you get out. You can order online, come pick it up. It's even faster that way. Starbucks, it changed the game. Of course, they changed the coffee game forever ago. They came in, they ran out everybody, they made themselves the coffee spot, and then they were like, now we're taking on food. You can go in there, you can get your protein box, you can get your little banana.
We were just talking before the show about the sous vide egg bites. They're a big hit.
That are amazing! That are amazing!
I love Starbucks, as anyone can say.
Ace
With your
But-
Tivana right there.
But the hallmark of a fast food restaurant is the fountain beverage. Okay? And Starbucks, the biggest fallacy of
You know,
Starbucks,
he does make
the
an
Achilles
interesting
heel
point.
of Starbucks is that they do not have the fountain Diet Coke.
Well-
So thus, I cannot put them in the top 5 of fast food restaurants.
I would have been willing
Starbucks
to,
going in at number 10.
I would have been willing to accept a more narrow or a broader definition, which is just simply if you can go in, order something, and walk out with it really quickly. That's the very definition of fast food.
Literally fast food,
And
yeah.
under that definition, Starbucks would qualify.
Sure.
But I like what
Johnny Ace.
I like what Johnny is saying here about the fountain beverage.
It's a fountain beverage. Look, the only reason I go to McDonald's is to get the fountain Diet Coke. Because they got the best fountain Diet Coke.
Particularly, by the way, if they have a freestyle machine, because that's where it's at.
I don't know what that is.
You know what a freestyle machine? Yeah, you've used one.
It's where you go,
There's like a big touch screen and you get to select
It's like in the movie
flavor combination.
No, I don't.
If you ever want like a vanilla grape
God, we're getting McDonald's today, aren't we?
Zero, then that's what you would do.
I totally get nuggets there. Here's the thing. I don't like those because a little bit of a germaphobe. I don't like that you can see where other people have touched. I also don't like the tactility of the screen. I like the old school analog.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Respectable.
You know, it's always a little different. That's me. Gary, what's your next pick?
What have we had so far? We've had McDonald's, we've had KFC and Starbucks, way down there at number 10 where it belongs, if on the board at all.
All right.
I'm going to go with my personal, I like McDonald's because like I said, it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere, you know what you're getting, it's comfort food, it feels like home.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have the best burgers. I think they do have one thing I would say about McDonald's, just to finish the McDonald's point, if you get the first scoop of a fresh batch of fries out of the fryer, freshly salted, that's as good as it gets.
Ooh, baby.
I'm telling you right now, if Gary keeps arguing McDonald's, I might have to give it to him. You know what I mean?
It's not even a part of the game!
He's really making a case of McDonald's.
John, what are you talking about?
Kevin, don't you want McDonald's? When Gary explains McDonald's to you, it's so enticing.
You introduced the concept, but I'm making superior argument. I've got the man.
There's a whole section where you can steal a pick.
I know, but he's doing it.
I got Johnny Ace. I've got him salivating over here. He's salivating. Thinking about those French fries.
He's so right. The warm fries.
What about the?
Why can't we just not do the show? We just go to.
There is a big difference. If you get one of the last scoops out of the batch and they're kind of soggy and warm, and they don't have that
pish posh. They're not going to be soggy when you bring them in. They're soggy when you put them in the bag. And they stay in the bag.
I'm always so excited when I get to the front of the line at McDonald's and I see him dump a fresh batch of fries into the hopper because I know I'm getting those fresh fries.
Sure.
All right.
I am making a better argument than you.
Shut up. Well, yeah, because I made my point and moved on.
Let's put it this way.
What is your next pick? You're about to insult McDonald's. You're about to say a better burger.
Given that it was also on my list, I think there's a very strong argument for giving me McDonald's.
I mean, let's put it this way. We're on the precipice of that.
Okay.
We're gonna continue to monitor. But there's a tipping point that we might hit very soon. Before we get to that, what is your next pick? What's got the better burger?
What I think the best burgers in the kind of the broad fast food market, Jack in the Box. I'm going with Jack in the Box.
All right.
Jack in the Box killed a kid. Thank you.
How'd they kill a kid?
So did Southwest Airlines, but we still fly them.
They killed a kid?
Yeah. Remember that back in the day?
No.
Growing up in the Midwest, we didn't have, or in Chicago, we didn't have Jack in the Boxes.
Okay.
So the first time I ever heard about it was when some stupid kid ate a cheeseburger that wasn't, and he got E. coli and died.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's never been one case of food poisoning at McDonald's.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Dude, never the best, and then never E. coli outbreak, nothing ever.
The best burger I ever had, and
we're not even gonna check that. We just go out there with facts.
The best burger I ever had, and I'll define it this way. I think there's a difference between like the best meal I ever had and the thing that kind of hit the spot the most. You know when something just hits, it might not be the best thing you've ever eaten, but it just hit the spot like nothing else. Yeah. I still talk about it to this day as I'm about to. About 10 or 12 years ago, when I still drank, I'm teetotal now, but I used to drink quite a lot back in the day.
Yeah, it was Fun Gary. We called you Fun Gary.
Yeah, Fun Gary, that's right, as opposed to what you're stuck with now.
Yeah.
Many years ago, staggered out of a bar around 2 a.m. Jack in the Box was the only thing open. Got the bacon ultimate cheeseburger and fries. Took it home. Hit the spot like nothing I've ever eaten in my life, and I still have that. I'm like the saliva glands are going right now, even as I think about it. How much that burger hit the spot.
It is a good burger.
They also have, I would argue, the best variety of any fast food restaurant. Not just burgers, they've got tacos, they've got all kinds of crazy shit.
And they're all greasy and gross, and you'd only eat them at 2 a.m. We're not talking about going to Jack in the Box right now. We're talking about going to McDonald's.
Well, we also don't
it's
have
great
Jack in the
and
Box.
delicious. There's Jack in the Box around here.
Is there?
Yeah, that's not that too far.
I didn't think the list was the top 10 greatest fast food restaurants that you want to go to at this particular moment in time.
Hey man, it's debatable. I'm just debating with you, all right? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying, Ace?
On the late shift, the 2 a.m. hit the spot burger, the bacon ultimate cheeseburger is as good as it gets.
I will say this, Jack in the Box, good choice, but I have to admit, I don't think I've ever seen a Jack in the Box during the day. And that is a problem. That is a problem. The Jack in the Box is going to go right at number 3. Number 3 on the list.
All right.
Now, because of your weird rules, right?
Yeah.
Because like Starbucks, you said wouldn't be in the top 5. Somehow that got me to 10.
Yeah.
which is a weird way to put it.
Correct.
Just putting that out there.
Well, we're hoping, Kevin and I are
I think
hoping.
10 is very flattering to Starbucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're hoping that
frankly,
it
he
gets.
should have taken it off.
Now, if that McDonald's choice flips over to me, as I think it rightly should, I'll be occupying the top 3 spots on the board.
I hate you, Gary Whitta. You're not. It's gonna go down. Jack in the Box is going down with my next pick.
What is it?
DEL Taco.
Oh,
Del
shit.
Taco.
shit.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
you want to talk about perfecting the Mexican-ish fast food game?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Del Taco. Great tacos, great burritos, great French fries, great cheese fries. You want to talk
They
about?
actually have decent burgers.
Exact. Thank you again for
Yeah.
coming to my. Don't try
Again,
to steal
it's
this.
not a competition.
Don't try to steal it. No, the show is literally a competition.
I don't need to approach it as a competition in order to win, which I think I'm going to do. I'm coming
doing
at
genius
This is
strategy.
some kind of British
This is why he's
strategy.
better
I
than
don't
us.
like it. I don't like
This is
it.
why he drives a Tesla. You understand?
Exactly.
He's got
Thought
it.
it through.
I'm a Honda driver. I don't
Del
understand how it
Taco.
works.
Why does I'm
Johnny
just
Ace.
curious. Why does Del Taco go in at number 2?
Well,
like
no,
that?
Kevin just puts it where he thinks I'm going to put it.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
just
Nick
that's
will
just to get
take
ahead
it.
and to keep the show flowing. That's
right.
not going to be
Don't worry
there.
about that. Don't worry
Okay.
about what's happening.
That may or may not
Okay.
be at number 2.
I mean, we're on Del Taco better than KFC. Del Taco better than Jack in the Box. And I would say here's the thing about Del Taco. Del Taco, another one of these fast food restaurants, good at any time. Would I eat some Del Taco and crush it right now?
Right now.
I would, Johnny.
Right
Ace.
now.
But would I be even more stoked probably at 2 a.m. stumbling out of the bar?
Yeah.
Yes, I would be as well. Because then there's all bets are off. I'm an infinite pit. I can just eat as much as I want and nobody's going to judge me.
doesn't matter.
Plus it's going to soak up all the alcohol.
Yeah.
Great.
Goes right through. It doesn't put any pounds
Much
on it
like the
whatsoever.
McDonald's cheese Baconator fries I had after the engagement party from Tim and Gia.
Yeah.
Just again telling you McDonald's is amazing and I should keep that on the
Would
board.
have paid to see you in that McDonald's or ordering that because you were a drunk mess. after
Would you
that
have paid to
engagement party.
see me at that McDonald's, Andrea, Jen being, I can't finish this burger. Before I can say I want it, Andrea taking it, me being depressed, Andrea taking a bite and giving it to me, and I'm like, and John Drake just shaking his head.
Yeah, no,
Just shaking
of
his head.
course,
Let's
John
go.
Drake shaking his head. That reminds me of a story of RTX,
Sure.
where Andrea was like, I do not, under any circumstances, want to go to IHOP. I will not go to IHOP. I refuse to go. Cut to an hour later, we're
at
all
IHOP.
hammered at an IHOP, having the best time of our lives.
Andrea's great.
She is, well, and there's 2 Andreas, if I may.
Be careful, she's a hero.
There's professional Andrea
Yeah.
and there's party
Oh, yeah.
Andrea.
Oh, yeah.
And party Andrea, I'll be honest with you, the ace man, Nick can't hang with. The ace man, of course, hang with anyone.
Yeah,
I
of course.
played Johnny McEnroe, Wimbledon, 1998. Crushed him.
Yeah.
Crushed him. But Nick cannot hang with anyone.
So in summary, Del Taco's awesome.
Del Taco going at number 2.
Look, if there's
Number
a
2.
Taco Bell on one side of the street and a Del Taco on the other side of the street, I'm going to the Del Taco. Okay. One of the problems that I will say, and I do like.
Watch your words. Watch your words, Gary. Watch your words here.
I do like the fact that they have
That's
a
two
wide
brothers
variety of
fighting,
stuff.
I don't like
They've got the burgers and the fries and
Sure.
other stuff as well as just the tacos and burritos and
Right,
whatever.
right.
The problem with Del Taco is there's so few of them. There's like one in this in San Francisco. There's like
Yeah,
one in the city.
downtown, right?
Yeah, the only
This
one.
is still there?
I don't know.
I didn't know we still even
I think
have
they
that
closed
one.
it and put a super duper burger in it or some shit
No,
like
no,
that.
I think Del Taco's still there.
Still there?
I'll double check.
Can we get a fact check on that and also just a fact check on whether or not McDonald's is ever
I'm going to call an
poisoned
audible
someone?
on my list, Kevin. Just so you know, I'm going to mentally take something off my list and introduce a new concept.
Okay.
That's up to you.
I'll make work.
Kevin is just
Kevin rolls with the punches.
Kevin
Okay.
rolls with punches. He'll do whatever.
Okay.
Gary.
And Kevin's
Yeah.
never killed anybody like Jack in the Box.
Again, I think McDonald's may have killed someone at some point. Remember when they were like,
Yeah, but
what's
that
in
was
the
like for
chicken
territory.
McNuggets? Remember when they showed the pink stuff in the chicken McNuggets and everyone's like, that's real, and then it wasn't real?
That wasn't real.
Yeah, it wasn't real.
It looks like it's gone, the Del Taco. I'm sorry.
Yeah, see, I think it's gone. I think there are no more Del
Looks like it's
Tacos.
gone.
That sucks. It breaks my heart.
There's
Gary,
one-
what is your next pit?
Arby's.
Oh my
Arby's.
God! Get the fuck out of here! If Arby's goes above Starbucks, Johnny, are you kidding me right now?
Let me tell you something.
Disgusting, soggy, gross-ass sandwiches.
Give me the salient argument for Arby's.
In a world in which all fast food is basically the same, look, you've got your Jack in the Box, you've got your McDonald's. It's all burgers. It's all burgers over here, tacos over there.
Yeah.
The roast beef sandwich is a different concept. It's something a little different. It's close to a burger. It's burger adjacent, but it's different enough to make it interesting. And here's the key for me: it's all about the horsey sauce. You ever had the horsey sauce?
No, I think I've eaten at an
sounds-
Arby's once in my life, and that was one
enough?
too many times.
So the horsey sauce that it comes in the big squelchy dispenser.
Yeah,
You can squirt it into the little plastic cup.
Yeah.
It's a combination of horseradish and mayonnaise, and you dip your curly fries in it. Put it on your roast beef sandwich. Put it on your The French dip at Arby's is sorely underrated. I like a nice Arby's sandwich.
Here's the problem. I mean, I'll tell you what.
You know Arby's?
No.
You don't?
I do not. But I did grow up eating it because it was always the 5 for $5 thing where you get a bag of 5 sandwiches for $5, and
Right.
Mom and Dad would take us over there and get us, just me, but I ate like 2 kids. Take us over there and we'd get it, and then it was like the curly fries, great. The sandwiches always soggy and gross because the roast beef's coming out all sweaty and being put on the bun and then it's put together and wrapped up in the tinfoil and you take it out. Yeah.
I have no real context for Arby's, which leads me to believe it has no business being in the top 5. We're gonna put Arby's at number 9, right above Starbucks.
I fucking
actually.
hate you.
And here's why again.
I'd rather eat out of the dumpster at Starbucks than eat at Arby's.
Because here's the deal. Again, by my one rule, Arby's has the
fucking
fountain beverages.
hate
Starbucks
you.
does not have
Oh
fountain
my
beverages.
God.
And that's what's gonna happen right there. Starbucks still on the list though, but I wouldn't be surprised if that got just knocked off and thrown out because it's a terrible pick. Terrible pick. Who's up next? Greg, are you up next? You're up next.
know. What do you got,
Just go.
I don't even know anymore.
A lot of space in the 5 to 8
I mean,
range.
right now, you know.
I'm not loving this top 5 list. I mean, I'm thinking there's going to be some shakeups here.
I'm gonna throw one out at you now that I don't know. You know, well, first off, I never know with Johnny which way the wind's blowing. I think I got a slam dunk and he fucks me and puts me at 10. Whatever, doesn't matter.
You thought Starbucks was a slam dunk?
Yeah. Have you met Johnny Ace? Have you met his best friend Nick Scarpino?
I do love. He does like Starbucks a lot.
I'm
But Starbucks is a
gonna
different
go
category.
true to my heart here. All right. I'm gonna speak true
Shoot
to my
from the
heart.
hip, shoot from the hip.
True to what you know. True to what Nick Scarpino knows.
Okay.
True to what everybody in this house knows. True to everybody who's ever gone to one knows. Portillo's.
Okay.
Portillo's, a Chicagoland favorite. Now, I know that might lose it for a regional balance, but remember, of course, they are across these United States now.
Mm-hmm.
They are expanding. They are in Chicago, of course, all over the place. Like 20 or 30 of them in the Chicagoland area. They're in Minnesota, they're in Indiana, they're in Arizona, they're down to southern LA. They're opening more and more, and you can ship it anywhere in the United States. And Johnny, I don't know if Nick's ever talked to you about it. When you ship the Italian beef, when you ship the Portillo's hot dogs and you make them at home, it's very good and it's very close. The beef's pretty much exactly the same as being there. I'm salivating right now. The dogs, pretty much the same as being there. But then you go there, don't get me wrong, a million times better. They got your fountain beverages. They call out your number in a little sing-songy way. They got amazing crinkle-cut fries. They got the burgers. They got the salads. Depending on your location, they got ribs. But you got your Italian beef. You got your combo, you know, with the sausage inside of the Italian beef. You got your hot dogs. You got tamales for some reason. Why not? Portillo's, onion rings? I don't even, you know how I feel about onions, not a huge fan. Onion rings from Portillo's, I'll eat any time of the day.
Now, Gary, let me ask you this question.
Yeah, I'm listening.
It's called fast food, right?
Right.
Does the idea of someone shipping something across the country
I
to
was
you and
gonna
then
say-
you
Oh
having
my
to
God,
make
don't
the
do
food
this,
yourself
Johnny.
fast?
Look.
Does that sound
Johnny, the locations!
Here's the problem.
They have a
Let's
drive-thru.
go to one right now. Let's go to one right
Where's,
now.
where's the nearest one to where we are?
We'd be going down to Anaheim.
Yeah.
To Anaheim.
It's a Brea.
So-
Why?
It's a Brea.
Is it suddenly based on fucking location to us?
Well, it's not fast food if it takes 8 fucking hours to get there,
Oh
is
my
it?
God, don't fucking do this. Where's the nearest Arby's?
That's
No
a good
one wants to
question,
know the
because
answer to that
there
question.
was one in the city that closed
Yeah, fucking
it.
question.
I think it's like down on El Camino. It's certainly closer than fucking Disneyland,
that
where
was
you're thinking
close.
about going. I would say this. It's not fast food if it takes 8 hours to get there, and it's not fast food if they have to fucking mail it to you. How is that
It's
fast
not,
food?
the cornerstone of my argument isn't that it can be mailed anywhere. They are across the United States. You have avenues to find it and know it's the best. You've been there, Johnny.
It's in a
Ace.
handful of places.
Listen.
This is too provincial to be taken seriously.
Oh my God.
I mean, he used the word provincial, which is I'm going to look up later, but it's a very good
They've won
argument.
accolades. They've won accolades for being the best.
If it's only in a handful of places and the vast majority of Americans don't get to experience it, I don't think it belongs on the list.
It's
Fuck
going to
me.
be coming in. Now, here's the thing. I can't, in good conscience, not put it on the list, obviously, because we're running out of choices. It's going to go at number 5. Number 5, round out the top 5. Rounding out the top 5, we have McDonald's. That's Greg's pick. Del Taco, Greg's pick. KFC, going to Gary Whitta. Jack in the Crack, going to Gary Whitta as well. And then number 5, Portillo's. Greg, first time ever
Where did
in the
number
lead.
10 go, Kevin?
Yeah, I don't know. Arby's should be 9, Starbucks should be 10.
Then wait, let's see how long it takes them to figure this out.
Oh, no, that's
Well,
fine.
there's just...
Doesn't matter.
All right. Who's up next? Gary, you're
I
up
went,
next.
so there you go. I got fucked again.
What am I going to go with? I'm going to do another chicken joint, and this might be a contentious pick, but I'm going to go with it all the same. I'm going with Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Why?
Why am I choosing it?
Yeah.
Because
Give me the argument for Chick-fil-A.
I think KFC
Because it's possible that I don't like Chick-fil-A.
I have KFC. I think has the best overall fried chicken. Chick-fil-A has the best chicken sandwiches, and their waffle fries are fantastic as well.
Greg,
They hate gay people.
Well, so that's why it's a controversial pick. Now, I'll tell you this.
How do you always bring the political stuff in here? We're talking about taste flavors.
Johnny Ace, that's
Yeah,
why.
I mean, you're the one that says it.
It's run by fundamental Christians. It's not open on Sunday for that reason. It's the worst feeling. You're at the mall, you see a Chick-fil-A thing. Oh, how excited! That really hit the spot right now. And then you realize
Number of times I've connected in like Atlanta, Georgia, and it's like,
Sunday.
oh, God damn it, Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Yeah.
They're not open.
Here's what I'll say. There's one of my favorite burrito joints in the Marinas called Los Hermanos. Great burrito if you're ever in the Marinas in San Francisco. Always find myself craving a burrito on Sundays. Walk all the way over there, forget. They're closed on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. It's not fast if I gotta wait till Monday. Chick-fil-A.
Great point. Great point, Johnny.
Going at number 8.
We don't eat at Chick-fil-A terribly often, but when we do, so I'm torn between loving the chicken so much and not liking the social stroke political views of the owners.
All right, so now that it's been placed on the list, I want to have a real conversation about it. I personally am torn all the time. Because it's that thing of, so like the leadership of Chick-fil-A donated all these organizations that were anti-gay, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember when that broke and everybody flipped out, so many different franchises being like, I own the franchise, I love gay people, please come still here. And it's like, man, and then Chick-fil-A was like, all right, cool, they walked it all back. They only now donate to the Foundation of Christian Athletes or something,
right.
Which like, by their definition of Christianity, which is not my definition of Christianity, they're like, well, yeah, we don't like gay people. It's not like they're like big moment about it. It's just like, I don't know in that equation if me not eating a chicken sandwich in the airport is actually getting a message to them at the top that, hey, don't be weird about gay people.
I mean, I'll tell you this right now.
people.
It's ranking low on the list for 2 reasons. One, we don't tolerate intolerance here, and 2, their food is terrible. So that's why it's going to go
I'm
on
not
number
going to
8.
accept on the food argument. On the first argument, I'll make this. My wife and I have a rule. Whenever we eat at Chick-fil-A, whatever the cost of the check is, we donate the same amount to an LGBT charity.
That is brilliant, and I'm adopting that right now. That is awesome. Give me a handshake on that one, Gabe.
I just refuse to eat at Chick-fil-A. The waffle fries are always cold when they get to me, and they're kind of clammy like Kevin's hands. Greg?
Yeah.
Next pick.
Going to the list here.
I have to look. I have to
who I have.
I had to bring the mood back, Kev. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm gonna say what some would say. Maybe it's a waste of a pick. It's doubling up or whatever. I'm putting Taco Bell on there. All right. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Del Taco great because they have so much great stuff. Taco Bell great because they invented fourth meal. Taco Bell great because if I go in there,
that's a marketing concept.
If I walk in there with $20, I walk out with 2 giant bags of food and somehow $23. I don't understand how Taco Bell does it, but they nail it.
It's like they're paying you to eat their great food.
The cheesy gordita crunch.
I would just drink the cheese sauce.
The chicken chips
sauce.
they made recently, right? Mm-hmm. The chicken taco they made. The regular tacos. The soft shell tacos. The Mexican pizza. The 6-layer thing. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now at Taco Bell?
There's no way that Taco Bell doesn't belong in the pantheon of restaurants. The big question is this.
Yeah.
And I'll pose this to Gary. Should it be above McDonald's or below McDonald's?
Whoa, all right,
This is the real question. Taco Bell worldwide.
Well, I think it should certainly be below Del Taco because, as we've already discussed, Del Taco is superior to Taco Bell.
Superior
You
in
said that,
taste,
though, yeah.
superior in 24-hour fun factor, because they're always open 24 hours. Superior in chili cheese fries, probably the best.
I'm going
menu
purely,
item
for
ever.
me, the first criteria is the quality of the food. And Del Taco, I think, has got better food than Taco Bell.
But Taco Bell,
here's the thing.
literally within walking distance
Here's the dirty little secret about Taco Bell that nobody wants to talk about.
Sure.
There's only 3 menus.
Yeah, it'll hit the
ingredients.
spot. But it ain't that good. The food at Taco Bell is not that good.
Nonsense.
When was the last time you were excited to roll up to a Taco Bell?
When we got that chicken
about it?
taco. Remember that chicken taco? Kevin, help me out. The shell was the chicken?
The shell was chicken.
I will say
The
this.
nacho fries thing that they did recently with the big marketing campaign, that was
Weird.
a flop.
It's weird.
But I mean, what
Josh,
about like
when you cast
Doritos
Josh
Locos
Duhamel-
Taco, right?
The Doritos
Cool
tacos
Ranch
are pretty
Dorito
good.
Taco. That's the thing about Taco Bell is you can look at this list and see a whole bunch of people resting on their laurels. Taco Bell reinventing themselves
But Taco
week
Bell,
after week, month after month.
Taco Bell also, I'm going to put this in terms of sports so that you guys can both
Thank you very
understand,
much. Thank you,
Because
Johnny.
as you know, the ace man playing with 2 rackets all the time.
Illegal.
Taco Bell, like the New England Patriots, okay?
Sure, fair.
Just dominating the game.
Dominate the game.
To the point where every once in a while they're like, let's throw in the 3rd string quarterback, see what happens. Okay, that's what you get when you get the Cool Ranch Doritos Loco Taco, right? You don't need that. That's just a fun factor.
Sure.
They're dominating, they're out there fucking crushing the streets so hard that they got people in the back room like, we got nothing but time. Let's let Kevin invent a new computer out there that can market something to people.
Sure.
Taco Bell killing the
They
game.
have great. You two have been
Did any of that make
suckered
sense?
in by a very, very slick marketing and advertising component of Taco Bell.
Demolition
We're not
Man.
saying-
Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero
Fourth
Taco Bell.
meal.
Yeah.
The food is not that good.
Number?
I do like it. I'll make an exception for the nachos Bel Grande.
Yes.
I do like a good
Sure,
plate of
yeah,
nachos.
Fuck yes.
But the burritos, the tacos, the rest of the menu, like Taco Bell is the kind of place where you go where like you're hungry and it's what's there and you're like, I guess
that's
we'll eat
Arby's.
Taco Bell.
No.
That's why the joke from The Simpsons, right, was we were so hungry we almost ate it at Arby's.
Arby's is like, yeah. Taco Bell coming in, number 2. Number 2.
Above Del Taco.
Above Del Taco.
There's no fucking
fair and
sense at all.
just man.
Listen, I've had this argument many, many times in my own brain. Okay, it's picking between my 2 kids here, and unfortunately, Taco Bell wins out just by the sheer location factor. There's like 15 of them in the city.
Sure.
Trying to close them down though, San Francisco. Trying to close down the Taco Bells. I don't like it.
Even the cantina?
The Cantina's still open, which thank God, and they're open late. But the one that I used to go to on Fillmore, gone. Now a Poke Bowl place. The one on Geary, gone. Not even anything. They just painted over the fucking thing. They didn't even put anything in it. They just
Oh, that's
painted.
like
You can still see the Taco Bell on the
That's
on
the
the
same thing that happened to the KFC Taco Bell in our old hood out at by the old studio.
yeah.
Remember? They just closed it down. It's still nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
And that the manager there, big fan of ours, used to hook it up.
Yeah.
Whatever.
When you go to a KFC Taco Bell combo
Yeah.
place, do you mix it up?
Nah,
No.
not pig.
You stay on one side of the menu?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
always
like
the
to
weird
go a
thing.
little bit of both.
I don't like to cross the aisle. You know.
That was my favorite Gary
Politically
Whitta story.
or at
before
Taco
Gary
Bell.
Whitta became a real, like, you know, he was a Kind of Funny regular, but when he was just in our universe, you know, I think it was like after your first time ever doing something with Kind of Funny, right?
Okay.
I'll never forget when my old roommate Mike texted me and he's like, I just met
Oh,
Gary
I
Whitta.
thought-
I was like, where? He's like at a KFC Taco Bell.
I
And I'm
remember
like,
that. That
Gary
was-
Whitta, man of the people.
That was the KFC on Irving.
Yeah.
That is a sketchy.
Oh, that's gone now.
KFC
Now it's
too.
just
Gone
all
now.
it's all gone. It's
Yeah.
all
That
gone.
one's got my other favorite Gary Whitta story is this happened like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We were at the mall and we're all just hanging out, and Gary just walks by us. He's like, "Hey guys," and that was it. We were just like, you had like ice cream or something.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Hey
I don't
guys."
remember what I had.
Yeah.
I'd already seen you guys for like 2 hours here.
No, this
we were done.
I like to imagine there's
The
a world
cinematic
where
universe.
every once in a while, like mega famous Gary just walks by and says hello, and that's it.
how you
It's
doing?
lovely. All right, we got one more pick.
Gary Whitta.
Gary, you get the final pick of round 1.
Well, so I picked 10. I didn't realize. I thought I was going to get to put forward 10 options.
No, well, you might.
Maybe you should
Later
watch
we
the
have
show.
another.
Okay.
Don't watch the show. Later we have another pick.
All right. So I've only got
So
one
I would
pick
come
left.
out hot though.
Yeah,
I've
you're
only got
hot
one
on this one.
I've only got one pick left. I got to make it strong. I don't remember what was on my list because my list was on my phone and my phone's in the other part of the office. So I've got to do this mentally.
If you
But-
want, everyone can close their eyes. I can show you.
I mean,
No,
it doesn't
I'm
matter.
good.
You
It
can
doesn't
show them the list because
I'm good.
I'm done making my picks.
I'm good. I'm going with the strongest call that I can make.
Okay.
I'm going with White Castle.
Ooh,
Sliders.
Interesting.
great movie. Also, I'll say this.
I mean,
Harold Kumar.
it's so great. It spawned a trilogy of feature films.
Didn't see the third one.
How many other? There's what, like Mac and Me? Come on, that's as good as it gets. How many other fast food joints spawned their own successful trilogy, hilarious trilogy of comedies, all based upon the concept of how fucking good White Castle Burger is?
There was a Paul Reiser movie with Randy Quaid where they went to McDonald's. Can't Buy Me Love? Whatever. Where they went to McDonald's all the time. Just saying. Just put that there. Don't be knocking McDonald's. McDonald's been in plenty of movies.
I
No.
remember that. They all met, all the dads kind of met. at the
They were all like
McDonald's,
divorced dads with their
Yeah.
kids.
Undo
Yeah.
that because I don't know where the open spot was anymore. There you go.
I'm going with White Castle. There's nothing else like it. Those little
Yeah,
sliders.
They call them sliders because you shit them out. They slide right out of you.
Getting that I believe it's called the Crave case.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a whole box
Sure.
of sliders.
Yeah.
It kills me that there's no White Castle out here on the West Coast. I wish we could do
That-
kind of a cultural exchange.
See, and that's the thing
kind
is
of
That
like
is the big problem.
you've let it play with you've given into the marketing. Because I remember when I grew up in Chicago, there were White Castles everywhere, and we'd go in there, you'd get them, you get your fries, you get your onion rings, good onion rings, and the burgers, of course, great till you shit yourself. But then it was that I had gone to Mizzou and I had been away, and I was driving home, and the first one right outside of St. Louis, there's a White Castle, and I saw it off the side of I-70, and I was like, I gotta get this. I'll get a thing of sliders, crush the entire case on the way up, and I did, and goddamned it, did my stomach hurt, and they were all greasy and gross.
Well, they
and
tell you
falling
like, oh,
apart.
you gotta get 30 of them. I don't need to get 30 of anything, ever, ever.
One point I do want to make and I hate doing this, but for Gary Whitta is that
Why do you hate Gary?
Hey,
Make the point for Gary.
Kevin hates backing
he
me up.
doesn't even know my name sometimes.
Yeah.
One time, that was one time.
That's a real story.
It was last week, Gary. It was
paying
last
for it.
week.
You can go to Walgreens and get those little microwavable ones.
Oh,
So
those
I
ones
was-
are even gross.
No, I was going to make
Here's
the
the
point.
thing, I love them.
If you can make the argument that Portillo's will fucking mail you a hot dog, I can make the argument that you can go to a supermarket, get the White Castle hamburgers or cheeseburgers out of the freezer case, take them home, put them in the oven or microwave them, and they're actually pretty damn good.
I was not making.
He's using your argument against you.
No, he's not. He's trying to
Your
turn his
argument
argument
against
against Portillo's into an argument that I didn't make. I wasn't even saying. I have not brought up location at all.
You brought
your
up the
argument
mailing.
about Portillo's was they'll mail you the shit and you can make it at home.
That's true.
That was like
That
half
was
of your
true.
spiel.
Can we get a replay
I know.
on that?
I was
Replay
trying
on
to
that?
get ahead of the
No?
regional
Okay.
bias. I haven't even brought it up for White Castle. I haven't even brought it up.
All right.
Well,
They're just not good is my argument.
How many Portillos are there? Like 8?
No,
there's
there's
like
tons.
fucking
Well,
hundreds
there's way more.
of White Castle.
I know. Rewind the tape, everybody. I didn't say anything about the regional shit.
Here's what
I
we're
said the
gonna do.
burgers aren't good.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put there's an open slot at 7. And just to make my life easier and Kevin's life easier, White Castle going right there. Now, I like White Castle, but I've only had it once in my life because it's only on the East Coast. That's the problem.
In the Midwest.
That's the problem.
So I know that we're still in the early part of the show,
Yeah.
but I do need to say that this list as it stands right now is all kinds of wrong.
Okay. Well, you're going to get an opportunity to argue
good.
for
Yeah,
that
we need
in
to
round 4.
shuffle it up.
For right now, though, we're going to take a quick break and tell you guys about our sponsors out there. Going into round 2, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm regretting a couple of my choices.
Well, there's still plenty of games left.
I'm hoping that there's like a second chance built into the game here.
There's lots of second chances.
Okay.
Also, there's just the fact that I might change stuff
All right.
willy-nilly. Round 2, the Wheel of Fate. This is where you out there, Patreon supporters, get a chance to be a part of this game. If you went over to patreon.com/kindafunny and backed us at the bronze membership or above, you get an opportunity to be a part of this. We have 2 people here who have given us wheel selections. They are numbered here. You guys are each going to get an opportunity to spin. You're going to pick when it lands on the number. I will give you the restaurant you have to argue for from this Patreon member's choice, and you have to argue vehemently for that. Otherwise, they're just not going to give us.
Even if I've never heard of the place.
Even if you've never heard of
Okay.
the place, this
All
is
right.
part of the fun factor of this. Gary, I believe you are in. You're trailing behind. Go ahead and why don't you spin that bad boy first?
All right, let's go in here. Let me see. 6.
6. This comes
something good.
from McBri, Patreon supporter McBri, 6. Wendy's.
Oh, I'm so happy because Wendy's
There it is.
one of the ones I was hoping to get onto the list.
Let's get it on there
if I
now.
had my druthers right now, I would take probably Arby's off the list and replace it with Wendy's.
Wow.
I personally love Wendy's. It's actually my personal favorite burger place. If there's a Jack in the Box, if I'm on like Burger Avenue, and there's a Jack in the Box here, a McDonald's over there, a Burger King, there's all kinds of different burger joints, I'm going to Wendy's. I don't know what it is about Wendy's. There's an indefinable X factor. I feel like historically they've always had the best fries. Their sea salt fries are fantastic.
I mean, Wendy's is fantastic.
They're right up there with McDonald's fries. The square patties, the square burger patties was an innovation that no one else ever thought of. That was Dave Thomas's genius, the square burger patties. So you get a little extra corner and bite off the corners before you delve into the burger. Recent innovations like the Baconator.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Great idea. Great. It makes me think of the Terminator.
They
Love it.
don't hit. So Wendy's is a perfect example of a burger joint that does not rest on its laurels. They're always innovating. They're always bringing in something like the Baconator. And also, I believe that they have the best dollar menu that you'll get at any burger joint.
Oh yeah, you want a baked potato?
You want a baked potato or a cup
For
of
a buck,
chili,
I'll take it.
or something that you're not going to get at another place. But no, you get like the 4 spicy chicken nuggets for 99 cents, the junior fries, the junior bacon cheeseburger. There's a great. You can go into Wendy's with $5 and eat like a goddamn king.
I am sad to say, due to a recent experience that Nick and Andy had ranking nuggets on KFAF this episode, there's no longer a spicy chicken nugget at Wendy's.
Oh, they don't have it
Isn't
anymore?
that sad? They do have them at Burger King, though, and I'll tell you, when you eat all those together, you shit your pants. Wendy's, very, very good. Liked Wendy's so much, I used to go, remember when we used to work at Brisbane? Did you ever eat at the gas station Wendy's?
No, people always wanted me to, and I was like,
terrible.
I'm not eating at the gas station.
You have to really love Wendy's to eat
I think
in the
I know
middle
that
of a
Wendy's.
gas station.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
other thing about it. Wendy's hard to find out here, too.
Not that hard.
We had to eat at a gas station Wendy's.
I mean, I didn't know there was one in Daly City. I would have gone to it.
The double stack also at Wendy's is. I think you believe you can go all the way up to a quadruple stack.
Now here's the problem, Gary. You. I think Wendy's needs to be. That's right, Kev. You nailed it.
Whoa!
I think, no. It's not going to take it away. It's
If I'm
just gonna knock
taking
it
one
down.
away,
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
It's knocking it down. That's what's going to
Okay.
happen. Wendy's going to number 5, knocking Jack in the Box down to number 6, and Starbucks
goes off the
rightly
list.
off the
well,
list.
so that alone is worth it because the Starbucks thing was a joke.
It was just. I mean, Greg tries to go for these wild. He tries to play to his base here.
That
and
alone, that one
it's
choice
just-
alone was disqualifying. If you say, let me just put it to you this way,
Put it to
Johnny.
him. Stick it to his jaw.
If Greg or somebody of yours said, if Greg or somebody of yours said, "You hungry? Yeah, I can eat."
Yeah.
All right, let's go get some fast food.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Let's go. And you roll up to a fucking Starbucks.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to say, "What the fuck is this?"
What are
I
you
thought we were
doing?
going for
I
fast
want more
food.
menu options. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
It's all true.
It's
It was just trying to fucking get a point.
Yeah,
Gary.
he's just trying.
All right?
He's just trying to pander.
trying on this show.
The Ace Man
I
can't
come
be
in
pandered
every
to.
week with great picks and great. The original pitch of the show was going to be Jared hosted and I got to be the heel every week. Then we fucking put a heel as the host and I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Nobody does.
I just want to win one of these fucking episodes.
Nobody does.
But how did you possibly think Starbucks was going to win you anything? It's a shit
Because
choice.
he loves Star. Look at him.
I don't know what you're talking
so
about.
you were just playing up to the host.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not even playing this legitimately.
Last week it was fucking pop stars, Gary. I tried to get AC/DC on the list. I just want to win. All right.
Yeah. No, let's, we got one more wheel spin, but Kev, let's take a quick look at this list right now. I want to note, Greg, you are in fact winning with a top three. McDonald's,
This is
Taco
how
Bell,
it was
Del
last
Taco.
week too, and I got fucked into the ground.
KFC and Wendy's, Gary's picks coming in at number 4 and number 5. Gary, you just spun the wheel. Greg, it's your turn. Give it to me.
Damn it. Also, we're missing a peg, I noticed on this.
Yeah, it's
Probably-
fine. It doesn't matter.
I got number 12.
Number 12.
Shout out to everybody in the YouTube comments who always points out there's no number 11 on the wheel. You just missed it.
That's okay, because there's more. That is
We're such
amazing.
idiots.
Okay.
It's been that way since week
What's number
1. We've
12?
never fixed
All right,
it.
this is a good one. This comes from Joshua Green.
Okay.
I'm mixing up a little bit because he only gave us 10, so we're gonna pick one here. Jimmy John's,
Oh my God, Jimmy
The
John's.
sandwich
the
place?
sandwich place.
The premier sandwich place. You want to talk about fast food, right? Oh, really fast. Oh, you got it as a fast food if you ship it. Their slogan is so fast you'll freak. Jimmy John's is an amazing sandwich. It kicks the shit out of Subway. It kicks the shit out of Firehouse subs. Jimmy John's is amazing. They have fountain beverages. They have a sandwich called the Gargantuan that is just amazing and delicious and awesome and pillowy great bread. You can buy their day-old bread, super cheap too. They'll put it out for you, not in the sandwich.
Day-old bread?
Yeah, but you know how it is. Like, it's just not as fresh as the sandwich bread, so they put it there and you can get it whatever you want. They got the Billy Goat. They got the Hunters Club, all of this great ham. Nick Scarpino, I'm sorry, Johnny Ace.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. I remember being at the Columbia, Missouri, going to Mizzou, waking up hungover, and my friend was like, hey, let's order Jimmy John's. And I'd seen the commercials. Jimmy John's up and coming at the time. They got So Fast You're Freak where they order and bing bong ding, they're there in 2 seconds. We ordered these sandwiches. They did get there so fast we freaked. We ate them, they were delicious. When I got to my first PAX West and found out there was a Jimmy John's across the street from the convention center, ate there all the time, every time. You go in there, it's incredibly fast how fast they get the sandwich to you. It's delicious, it's awesome, it's affordable. I still eat there every chance I get.
Is there one? Where's the nearest one? Are they out here?
I don't ever go to the burbs, so I don't know.
No, they're not here.
No Jimmy John's?
there's one
I don't
coming
think I've
to,
ever had it.
Oh, that's Jersey Mike's is coming to the mall.
Oh,
Or is that
I'm
Jimmy
actually
John's?
excited about
Yeah.
Jersey Mike.
That's a Jersey Mike's
the one down
on a
in
couple feet.
Ceremony. That's a good sandwich
It's
place.
not bad. It's not bad. I'll say this about Jimmy John's. When Nick and his missus were in Missoula, Montana,
Sure.
it's like 2 degrees below freezing. Don't know why anyone.
There's 2 Jimmy John's down in in the financial district.
Fantastic.
And I've eaten there too, and they're great.
get out of a bar around 1:30.
Sure.
Nothing's open. And when he had walked into the bar, saw a Jimmy John's, I was like, I bet that's not going to be open late. But it's not gonna be. But how good would a fucking Jimmy John's sandwich be at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's freezing outside. We take it back to the hotel, turn the heat on, watch a little HBO.
They put that slather of mayo on
Is
it.
it subs?
Walk in.
The
Yeah,
subs?
Yeah, like subs.
Okay.
Walk in. I was like, they're probably not going to be open. We'll just have to buy whatever's in the
Shredded
Holiday
lettuce.
Inn.
Those
Walk
nice
in.
tomato slices.
Look at the guys, make eye contact, because I don't want to be rude. It's
Sure.
late. They're probably closing
Yeah.
up. I'm like, you guys close? The guys are like, no, come on in. Warm, inviting. 2 of the nicest human beings I've ever interacted with, or Nick's ever interacted with, in the world, working at this Jimmy John's. Very nice. Telling the missus all about Jimmy John's. Got the good wheat bread. It's fantastic. Do I count it as a fast
Oh my
food
God,
restaurant,
Johnny.
though? That is the real question. Yes, it hits the hallmarks of the fast food restaurant. It has a fountain beverage, but it does not have the drive-through aspects
Some do.
of the fast food. Not the one I went to.
How does that?
We're gonna put. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Jimmy John's.
Not every Taco
We're just
Bell.
gonna.
You
We're
don't,
gonna.
you don't
no,
have
no,
to
no.
put it on the list, do you?
We don't have to put it on the list, but I do want to just.
I feel like sooner or later Portillo's has got to go, right?
No,
So-
I was thinking the same of Arby's. I'll tell you that
Okay.
right
Well,
now.
Arby's is the next one to get knocked off. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Which
why
is
don't
why
we
I think-
just? We're just gonna throw Jimmy John's on there.
At number 10.
At number 10.
Jimmy
number 10.
John's at number 10.
Miller, it's fair.
All right.
It's fair.
Let's go.
Nothing is fair anymore, Kevin.
All right, round three. Round three. This is called the Aces Wild round. Now, Gary, you are trailing behind 2 to 3. So
I don't mind being behind McDonald's, and I maybe don't even mind being behind Del Taco, but Taco Bell and Del Taco at numbers 2 and 3.
Well,
sooner or later that's got to change.
Here is an opportunity for you to make up some ground.
Okay.
You get one trivia question provided to us by our Patreon supporters of the bronze tier.
Okay.
If you get this question correct, you can change one thing on the list here.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
You can bump one down. You can bump one of yours up. You can maybe steal that number 1 pick that we've been talking about the entire time. Here's where we're gonna go. Now, oh man, I picked some good ones too. I want to do more trivia questions on this. I might do a second.
Is it fast food related trivia?
And it's all fast food related trivia.
All right.
This comes from John Simone, who has also given us multiple Photoshop challenges and has won a couple times. Thanks, John. Much appreciated. Asks the question, why are Wendy's burgers square?
Is there an actual answer to this question?
There is an actual answer to this question.
I mean, I guess it's something to do with. I mean, do they just make like one massive sheet of meat and then cut them up into squares? Is that how they do it?
That is not the answer.
That's as good as I can. I'm intrigued to know the answer because I never really thought about it.
Greg, if you can answer this question, I will give you another question.
God damn it.
And then
It's like
that's what'll happen.
Tower of Challenges.
Yeah. Well, if you can answer this question correctly for a chance to get asked one more question to move something on the list and potentially win one.
Sure.
Why are Wendy's burgers square?
Chance to steal.
I believe it's because they're never frozen.
That is incorrect.
Fuck, I did know this at one point.
What's the correct answer?
The answer to why are Wendy's burgers square? Because they don't cut corners. That is the answer.
What? I'm not satisfied.
Is that a real answer?
When asked the question, why are Wendy's burgers squares? His grandma said, because we don't cut corners. And Dave Thomas said, okay, we're going to keep that in there. And also because he likes to have the little corners hanging out of the burger so you can see how juicy they are. Not a good trivia question, apparently. Let's ask one more. How about that?
All right, let's try another one.
Does Gary get another shot at this now?
Yeah, he does.
God, I hate Aces Wild.
Oof. Gary?
Debatable.
All right, I'm listening.
I'm going to give you 2 options here. You want question 1 or question 2?
I'll take question 2.
Question 2. Which fast food establishment made a delivery to the International Space Station in 2001?
That's a good question. Repeat the question for me. I just want to make sure there's no tricks in the question.
Not a problem. Which fast food place,
Okay.
he said place, but it's this time, made a delivery
No, don't fucking
to the
hell.
International Space Station in 2001?
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here. The delivery is what I'm latching on to.
It's possible. It's possible. That's a key component.
I'm gonna go with Pizza Hut.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is correct.
Oh!
That is correct.
Yeah, we took you 2 tries of a giant fucking thing.
I got it.
Gary, you get to make one
I'm so
change to the
happy.
list
Does
here.
Pizza Hut have a drive-thru? Do they count as fast food?
Yeah, they're gonna count.
They don't have a drive-thru, but you can walk up to the counter and grab and say, I want a pizza, and they give it to you and you walk out.
Yes, well, it's just like Portillo's and Jimmy John's.
Pizza Hut is on your list.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know,
make good
Kevin,
points.
it's debatable. You argue.
They have fountain beverages. They don't have a drive-through. They do deliver though, which I feel like is the drive-through. Like they make it so easy. You
Jimmy
don't have to get in
John's
your car.
delivers!
I didn't know that.
You know what? That was the story I told!
You talk so much. You just say, right, Kevin? He just says so much.
I didn't know the delivery
God,
either.
What was the story? The Trump
Fact after
story?
fact.
The friend I was like, we saw the commercials and they delivered.
Oh, we stopped listening way early. That's.
All right, Greg. You know what, Greg? I'm nothing if not benevolent.
Wait.
I'll give you an easy question. If you can beat it, then we'll call this round. We'll call this a net neutral. How about
What?
that?
Yeah, that was a hard one.
This
I
is
got
a
it right.
super easy question.
For the record, I would have said Domino's, so yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
So I don't get to move anything
Well,
on the board?
if I fail
Not gonna
here.
be the answer to this.
God damn it, Johnny.
Ray Kroc
Yeah.
has been widely recognized as the founder of McDonald's as we know it, played by kind of funny favorite Michael Keaton in the film The Founder, the 2016 film The Founder. But the original McDonald's in California was opened by 2 brothers who were, of course, had the last name McDonald. What were their first names?
Ron and Grimace.
Unfortunately, incorrect, Gary. The point goes to you. What do you want to change?
I remember the names. I watched that movie.
So what can
Richard
I do
and
here?
Maurice were the names.
What can I do here?
You
What am
can.
allowed to
Let's
do?
put it this way. Like, we'll say a hypothetical situation.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Were I in your spot?
Yeah.
You can bump Del Taco down, or you can just steal Greg's top pick of McDonald's because you argued well for it with the fries.
I'm interested in producing what I think is a list that has integrity and you can stand behind. For me, it's not about winning. It's about how you play the game.
But remember, if you win, Greg hates it.
I could take McDonald's off the top, but I think it actually does belong there.
But you can just steal it.
You can just take your pick.
Well, it was on Kevin, as Kevin will testify, it was on my list.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it. I'm taking McDonald's.
Okay, he does have a chance.
You said it was on the verge of
Shut
flipping.
up, Kevin.
You said it was on the verge of flipping anyway.
It was.
So
it was. We were literally like, it could have gone either way. So
the argument I made about the hot Solly fries. That was the. See, you need to think more about how you argue your point.
It's true. He made me want to go to McDonald's.
I did before.
You made me confused about Jimmy John's. I don't even know what it is.
McDonald's is just kind of like a fait accompli. Like, it's McDonald's. It's the same. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. That's not enough, though. You got to appeal to the senses.
Okay.
I was appealing to the senses.
That's fair.
You can practically smell those fucking French fries as I was talking about.
Damn it! I don't even want to. I just want to
I
end this
painted a
game.
word picture for you.
I want to.
Are we going to McDonald's or are we Ubering it in?
Oh, we're gonna
going.
go to McDonald's.
Is somebody bringing it back?
Yeah,
we have a lot of people in the
I'll
office.
just go.
Okay, cool.
Bring back. We'll figure it
Okay,
out.
cool.
Drive Nick's car over there. All right, round 4, ladies and gentlemen. Here's how it goes. Everyone gets 60 seconds. Each one of you is going to get 60 seconds to argue either a new entry to the list, or why something should be higher up on the list, or why you should just steal another one of his picks on the list. Why your argument is better than his. Gary. Actually, no, Gary, you're in the lead now. So, Greg, you're going to go first. 60 seconds on the clock. Show them how it's done. Starting now.
Put McDonald's back into my court, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the one who brought it to the table and talked about all this stuff. You want to talk about a feast for the senses? Think about that cheeseburger. When you see it come out of the tray in the back, put on there. They take the little squirt gun of ketchup and mustard. They put the pickles on there. They put the onions on there. They put it together. They give it to you and you bite in. And that tang, that fucking tang of the mustard hitting you right in the front. Then the nice fucking offset of the pickle. The onions being there. The fries are amazing. We've talked about that. You want to talk about being a kid? Getting the sundae. It comes in a little cup. It looks like something from the Death Star. You get in there, you're eating, you're getting the fudge out of it. You're having such a great time. The nuggets we've already talked about. The joy of opening that Happy Meal box and me hitting the smells. Now opening these bags as we're about to. Remember Johnny Ace at the end of the Kinda Funny anniversary stream when Jen ordered like $90 worth of McDonald's. And we walked back there and the joy in our face and eyes. Food we would have eaten at any time of the day, but it was better because we were drunk.
And that's 60 seconds. Gary, you have 60 seconds to argue for either changing a pick, keeping McDonald's, or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to argue with this point.
Well, I'm interested right now at the top spot. I think this list is becoming a battle for control of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Much like the feature film starring Michael Keaton.
It's true. Great film.
And so, look, Greg, you don't get any points for introducing McDonald's into a conversation about fast food.
It's true.
Like, you're not some fucking genius. You said, oh, it's all about fast food. What about McDonald's? Oh, great, yeah, no one else thought of that. What a fucking genius for bringing that up.
He fucking got you.
He got you.
Clock's ticking. Go to the clock.
I mean, he can spend the next 30 seconds doing fucking squats for all I care. He got you on this.
It was on my list. I went first. The only reason why I didn't bring
Acting like a fucking Mensa genius
The
over
only
there.
reason why I didn't bring it up because it's so fucking boring and obvious to bring up. When you brought it,
It's respectful. They are the Henry Ford of fast food restaurants.
They are.
Look, there's no question.
I didn't even talk about the Egg McMuffin or flapjacks.
There's no question that McDonald's belongs in the number one spot.
Shamrock Shake.
Again, I didn't bring it up first of all because I thought it was too fucking obvious. You obviously didn't have that concern. You were happy to go with Route 1.
Big Mac.
I feel like your argument was like, well, they're everywhere and it's always the same. Okay, yeah, again, whoop-de-doo, everyone fucking knows that.
Pretty sure you said the thing about it being all the same.
No, you were the one who said it's comfort food.
Yeah, I
it's
said
everywhere.
Yeah.
And I made the point. I just added to the point that what part of what makes you comfortable with McDonald's. It's not like you go to Chicago and the Big Mac there is different. It's the fucking same everywhere, and we like that. And that's not easy to do. Like, how do they do that? How do they homogenize the food so it's the fucking same everywhere?
I don't know. Magic, I think.
It's interesting as well to go to McDonald's around the world where they always have something a little bit. They go to McDonald's in the UK. They have like menu items. Yeah,
it was crazy.
They have like the burger with like the black bun and that crazy shit that they have.
Crazy shit. Actually, I think we had some friends that got that.
Hey, remember too when you used to go to McDonald's with your grandmother and she'd get a fillet of fish and a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
And I still go back to
trying to play my nostalgia.
I still go back to that signature argument, that sensory word picture that I painted for you about that first rack of freshly salted. Man, you see the guy and he comes and he pulls the thing out of the fryer, right? Dumps it into the hopper, gets the big salt shaker. I watch that like it's fucking porn. when that is happening.
Sure.
You can't
I mean,
tell.
I don't mean I'm like, spanking or anything, but like I'm in a McDonald's.
You wear a lot of sweatpants.
But I'm like, but I'm watching it. I'm very excited. I'm salivating. It's all about the anticipation. Yeah, salt those fries. Put a little bit more on.
Yeah.
The saltier, the better.
you
And then he
can't-
gets that little shovel thing and shovels them into the
Yeah,
bag.
yeah.
And I'm waiting. I'm watching.
come in a
It's all
box.
about the anticipation. It's all about the suspense. You can't wait for that first. And when that first fry kind of crunches. Oh my God, it's the best. I feel like
It's been 3 minutes. But here's the problem. Gary's so good at this.
reclaiming my time.
You can't tell right now, Gary, because I'm wearing sunglasses. But
I'm
when you started
holding on
saying
to
that, when
McDonald's.
you started saying that story, I closed my eyes and I just disappeared.
You were there.
I just appeared.
You were there.
Into that
I
fantasy
transported
with
you.
You're such a good storyteller. You should consider doing it for a living and stop doing these shows because they're clearly a waste of your talents and your abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin pulled the list up. The number one choice in McDonald's, hotly contended, is going to stay with Gary Whitta.
I think that's
Fair.
right.
It's
It's
fair.
going to stay with Gary Whitta.
This is the first time I've lost, and I'm like, I deserve to lose.
Yeah.
I got outclassed.
He
in every
got
part.
you on that one. McDonald's is such an easy get. Here's the top 10 as it stands and finalized. McDonald's number 1, that goes to Gary. Taco Bell and Del Taco at number 2 and 3 for Greg. KFC, Greg's pick, and
No,
Wendy's.
Gary's
Gary's pick, excuse me, and Wendy's, Gary's pick as well. Then 6 is Jack in the Box. Portillo's is 7. White Castle's 8. Chick-fil-A 9, and Jimmy John's down there at 10. That is our top 10 list. Thank you to the competitors. Thank you. Congratulations to Gary for winning this one. Will Greg ever win one of these? We don't know. It's probably not because it's more fun when he loses. It's just,
At least I legitimately lost.
You
I
did
got
lose.
outplayed
You
today.
got
That's
outplayed
fine.
today. You
Not like when
came
you
up
just
against.
gave them to everybody before.
Well, I mean, Andrew deserved it. Let us know where it all went wrong, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this on YouTube, post your top 10 list in the comments here, and maybe one of us will take a look at it. Let us know if Jimmy John's belongs on that, because now I'm thinking, no, we got to. So where's Subway? Where's Subway on this list?
Jimmy John's is
I
14
had-
times the same as the
I
Okay,
had
we're,
Subway on my list.
we're missing a lot here. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that right
What was the
now.
other one we're missing?
We're missing Subway. We're missing Carl's Jr. There's no Carl's Jr. on this list. Where's
Oh,
Hardee's?
buddy.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm surprised. I have Pizza Hut on my list.
Pizza Hut, Domino's, we've got all sorts of places
How
on
would
this list.
how would a Chipotle played?
Chipotle would have been lower.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Chipotle's like the new, just
about
this new
Popeyes?
bullshit. Popeyes is gonna be go.
That's why they didn't come. I almost did one. I usually do a bunch of bad ones to get it be funny and stuff.
Right.
I almost threw Little Caesars in there.
Little Caesars would have been great. They had
Fucking
the big-
five
they
for
had the big one, the
$5,
big
right?
one.
You walk on in, hot and ready 5.
Yeah,
I think it's
Carl's
$6.
Jr. would have.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
For
pizza.
clarification, Carl's Jr. would have ranked probably in the top 5, at least as far as I'm concerned, because of the waffle fries.
There's a couple of things I'm grateful
Chris
for.
cut fries.
There's a couple of things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that Burger King is nowhere on this list. 'cause Burger
BQ,
King
where's
is
Burger
fucking
King?
terrible.
How dare you, sir?
I saw in KFAF the other day they did terrible chicken nuggets. They were gray and
They
gray.
do
the nuggets
terrible
are
chicken
not
nuggets,
good.
but their spicy nuggets are fantastic.
good.
They're
Fucking
good.
Okay.
And they have chicken fries. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you hit that subscribe button. We like to see that number go up, and we like to make sure you get all of our fantastic content the second it is available. Until next Thursday, I love you all. The Ace Man has to go play some tennis. Stay classy.